What's up, everybody? This is Solomon from Elite Sports Counseling. This is another episode of Social Sports Chat. I have two of my buddies from August Martin High School, Latif and Kevin, out of MuddAcademy, and we're just going to have a quick conversation. Well, it all depends on how much we try not to talk about the Martin days, but we're going to talk about MuddAcademy. As you guys know, this is my first podcast that I'm actually going to have a video, and with this podcast, we're out here in Brooksville Park, right? Brookville Park in Queens. And one thing about people that live in Queens, especially if you live in the South End, is that we're near JFK Airport, and during this podcast, you're going to hear a lot of airplanes flying down. So hold tight. I'll do my best editing, but if I can't, oh well, what can I say? So, as you guys know, they're identical twins. So,
we're fraternal, actually.
You're really fraternal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
All this time? Well, it's hard to tell.
No, right.
It's you really look identical.
Right. I didn't get a haircut, so there we go.
Okay. So, with Latif and Kevin, they're both with MuddAcademy, and just tell us about MuddAcademy, what it's about.
All right, explain what's going on. So, MuddAcademy is basically a personal training sessions, not a program, but we usually do camps, we do personal training, but it's for predominantly children, because most children don't have the money to pay for good trainers or the resources to find where the trainers are. So we bring it to little league teams as far as football, soccer, but more importantly, we're just really trying to work out the kids and get them ready for college and everything, and high school, college. But we're starting from the kids. It starts from the kids. So right now we're starting from the bottom and then to get into older people.
How did you start this? Where did this idea come up?
Well, Sean Church, actually, who's a lacrosse coach for Onondaga Community College right now, which he volunteers. He doesn't even get paid for it, but
wow.
He coaches lacrosse, and that's my cousin. And me and my brother and my cousin's been together since 3 years old. So we've been around sports, and we've always played sports together. So recently, last year, me and my brother had the opportunity of being on his lacrosse team as coaching staff.
Okay.
So,
wow.
yeah, we stayed there for a year. I was a strength and conditioning coach. He was the assistant head coach. So from there, what we realized, what we knew all along, is we love to help people. Like, that's one thing we've always did, help people. So as we was trying to help these kids who were predominantly black in a sport that was, doesn't always accept it, or the politics always, strays away from, other origins besides,
sure.
Caucasian. So we used to say the saying, yo, listen, man, y'all got to get out here and get a scholarship. Y'all got to get it from the mud. Y'all got to do whatever you do to get it from the mud to get what you need to get.
Right.
And the players, they latched on to that as, motivation, because it was about 15 of us against 30, 40 kids. It's so much. Sorry, guys. Welcome to New York. But it was really so overwhelming, and we just gave them a challenge to see what you can do. Challenge yourself.
So, tell me, how on earth you guys, how did you get into lacrosse to start with? How did this come about?
I'll take this one. Well, okay, number one, Sean Church, he's played lacrosse since junior high school, which they would call a late bloomer in the lacrosse world.
Okay.
He started in junior high school, because we all played football. We played football in high school. Right?
Yeah.
let's say around high school, he got really good, so we got reconnected again in high school. He was always talking about lacrosse. Oh yeah, lacrosse, I play lacrosse, I'm really good. Like I'm looking to go to school and, you know, get into it. So he used to do his lacrosse thing. I used to want to try to find football, play basketball. I started to, like, you know, pay attention to the game more and more, you know, go to his games. I went to a national championship game, a few national championship games, with just on different occasions, like playoffs and stuff like that. And I kind of fell in love with it because you could hit. So it was kind of like, oh, it was like football. Okay, you can hit. And it was fun to throw the ball on the stick. I kind of learned it. I learned how to shoot and pass. And eventually, just gradually going on, he got really good. He won 3 national championships.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one at Onondaga, 2 at Salisbury. So I was kind of with him on, we both were with him on his journey to championships. So more and more, it was kind of like, yeah, this is good. Like, maybe we could do it. I used to always think I could do it, you know, because I just love all sports. Football, I got injured. I can't play no more. Bust my shoulder up. And, it just came this opportunity that I remember we was on his couch in New Jersey, and he got a call like, I got a call to be a head coach at ASA. And it's like, what?
Wow.
And, yeah, like, and it's not a lot of black head coaches.
And what's ASA?
ASA College.
It's downtown.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the acronym stands for. It's a tech school, basically.
Okay.
It's a tech school, but it's accredited as a junior college. So they go against, you know, Lackawanna, Monroe,
Georgia Military Prep.
Yeah, okay.
We scrimmage Army Prep, Maritime College.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good school athletic overall too, not just for lacrosse, for football, basketball. Yeah, especially basketball. Basketball put ASA on the map. Actually, their football team beat the Michigan club team, so that was like
oh wow.
So these planes. I wish it was. If it wasn't Ramadan, we'd have a little drink to sponsor, but fast. Yeah, so basically, she was like, look, man, I can use you guys on my staff. Like, you know, like Latif was saying, first it was him and Latif. He was doing strength and conditioning, and he was a head coach. The kids, tough working with college kids, because me and Sean trained out of high school. I used to come with him. I used to do the strength and conditioning. He used to do the skills. So it was different from working with kids in high school. These college kids is like, oh, we know. All right.
That's incredible. I mean, just to start from playing football and then going into lacrosse, which is a similar sport. You know, don't get me wrong, but it's different. And, you know, in New York City, it's just unheard of.
It's just starting out now though. It's getting big. They're in high schools. Like Jamaica High School has
Lincoln High School.
Jamaica High School.
Lincoln High School. Really? Most of these schools are they're in PSAL now.
And in case anyone that does not know what PSAL means, that's the Public School Athletic League in New York City schools. And one thing about the New York City schools is that you have the basic sports. You have football, basketball. Some schools have baseball, not all of them, but some schools. Some have soccer, but track is most predominantly in most schools. But football and basketball is ideal when it comes to New York City sports. It's ideal. So, you know, to see lacrosse of all sports really jumping up, that's pretty cool. And I've seen a couple of games on ESPN.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool. I mean,
it's definitely cool. You'd love it, man.
Yeah.
You'd love it. Listen, I actually was playing for months. I was like training. I was working my way up to possibly continue when I was finished with ASA College, when I was going there.
Right.
Because I forgot to tell everybody, Sean Church gave me a scholarship to coach. So that's how I really got introduced to, because I'm really big on working out and helping everybody. And he knows that I work hard, and he figured that my type of energy, as far as working them out, cardio training, strength and conditioning, I would be the perfect asset to the team. So he gave me a scholarship to do that. So he actually helped me get my way through college by being a coach for lacrosse. And I fell in love with it. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Dunny.
And, you know, prior to that, you actually, you know, went through some rough times before getting into lacrosse.
Right.
You know, you don't mind sharing about that?
Well, 2015, March 11th, I previously came home from actually doing a 5-year bid that I have 2 felonies, robberies. So when I was 21, I made a lot of big mistakes, and I paid, I wouldn't say big time, because I know a lot of people that don't have a chance to make up, but I feel like it was enough time for me to fall back and get my life together. But yeah, I did a little stretch, and around that time, you know, I was still playing football. I was actually playing for a semi-pro team, the Queens Knights, but I ended up not staying too long and just falling victim to the streets. Same thing I'm trying to stop these kids with now. I fell victim to the streets. It wasn't necessarily my family was messed up and I had to be messing around. It just so happens, you know, my lifestyle and the environment I hung around with caught up to me at the end. So, you know, to me it's valuable for me to come home and give that back to them. Because when I train people, I just don't train them like a robot. Move this, move that. I talk to them. I give them examples. And those are all the things that I learned trying to communicate with real tough people in prison. Like trying to get through to people that don't want to get through to nothing. They don't care about anything. So that kind of like prepped me. Yeah. But yeah, I went through a little phase in my life. I don't regret it because I became Muslim. I became very studious. I read thousands of books. I learned so much informational stuff that I probably would have never learned in my whole 3 years of just being in the street. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me that, you know, from that time, it sounded like that when you was in prison, you had time to reflect and to really learn how to do things that would not only help you, but help others to not fall on that same path.
Exactly.
So I think it's incredible to hear that because, you know, look where we're at. Right. We're in Queens and, you know, we're in New York City, and a lot of these kids that are out here, you know, they do fall victim into the streets. Right. And, you know, there are a lot of different things in New York City, a lot of different groups and organizations that are there just to help prevent that, but it's still an issue. It's still a problem.
Right.
So
big problem.
I think what you're doing with MuddAcademy, that's great.
Right.
So, you know, tell us a little more about MuddAcademy. What is the whole philosophy behind it?
Okay. Would you like to take this one? Well, first, we'd like to take the time to say that the MuddAcademy is not just me and my brother. Okay. We're 2 partners of 4. Stop it. Commercial break. Me and Latif are 2 of 4 members. We have Sean Church, who we just talked about.
Okay.
He really pushed the idea of the name and starting up the business. We've all talked about it, but we have to give the credit when credit is due. We took the initiative, like, hey guys, I did it. Right, out of nowhere, just woke up. Listen, we got a business. Let's get it going. And just like that.
Wow.
And another young lady, Cassandra Mussolino, who also played lacrosse. Bon. She's a lovely woman, and she's a physical trainer, and she does nutrition. And meal plans and such. She's a workhorse. She's working out. She's a beast. Yeah, she's definitely a beast. She's a beast. She got a motor. Remember that 150 heart rate we was talking about? Yeah, she's around that.
She's one of those.
She's working out.
In case people didn't know. Before we had this, we started this episode, we were just having a little discussion about what is one of the biggest topics in sports right now, which is in athletics, which is, do you have a 100? If you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to lose weight, do you do it through cardio or do you do it through HITT training? And the issue was that we both realized that you need both.
It's important. It's imperative. Yeah.
It's very imperative.
Yeah.
So I think with this, we're going to take a little quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk more about MuddAcademy, and then we're going to talk more about how MuddAcademy is really beneficial for New York City. Welcome back to Social Sports Chat. This is part 2 of MuddAcademy episode with Latif and Kevin here. And we have So again, guys, this is a video podcast. This is my first one. I'm not back in my studio where I have my mic. I have my my headphones and my mic. I'm actually outside in Brooksville Park where there's music, there's people jogging, there's wildlife, and yeah, we're in Queens, New York, my old stomping grounds, where I was born and raised. So let's talk more about MuddAcademy, guys. Let's talk about again, like more of the philosophy. And what are your main goals with it?
Okay, so I'll go as far as goals.
Goals.
And you go philosophy.
Okay.
Right. Well, philosophy for MuddAcademy is to train in all circumstances. It's not with the best stuff, the best equipment, bungee cords, hurdles, all this good stuff. It's about training and training hard with what you got, your heart. Not equipment, your heart. Whatever you've been through in life and you got out of that, you got out from the mud, from the bottom, like the trenches. And everybody from the mud, came from the trenches. We all came from, Sean Church was from Southside Jamaica. He was born and raised in Southside Jamaica. Yeah. So there's a whole nother story. We can do another, that's how it says it's a big story. But basically, we all came from commercial. Basically, we all came from urban neighborhoods that we didn't have the best things. As far as sports was the path to getting out of this situation. So that's what honestly we're trying to provide. We're trying to provide a chance where these kids have a chance at life where they set their own destiny with their schoolwork, hard work ethic. So that way when they do go to college, they won't be used by most colleges what they do, and it's just being honest. They use people for what they do. So why not use the college for what they do, offer you education? So you train to the highest level, you get yourself to that next level, because sports get you into good schools get you a good education, get you a good degree.
Absolutely.
So getting it from the mud philosophy is doing whatever you got to do to get out of the situation that you're in to get better, or continue to do the situation that you want to do to make it to where you're at. So it's basically just grinding, going hard, and we've only been, our side of the business in New York has only been here for a month now. I mean, we don't have most of the equipment, that any other personal training company has. But we have the mindset, and we have the heart and the drive to give to those kids. And that's why I said it starts with the kids. Right. Because kids are like sponges. So if I tell them, get it from the mud from when they 5 and all they know is hard work, they're going to grow up knowing, hey man, I gotta handle my business. I gotta do what I gotta do. I know that. I learned that from young, and that's what we're trying to give.
You say that it's been a month, but you've been doing it a little longer than that.
Well, actually, for New York, the business in itself has been running for a while, but on our side, outside of New York. Right. I mean, remember, we're a team, so we talk about a lot of things, even though we're not up there, because he's in Syracuse right now. So we talk, we conference call and everything, and we had to build up as far as who's in charge of what, you know what I'm saying? So that aspect, yes, it's been running for more than 1 month. But as far as training and everything, it's been a month. Came out there, started getting some kids, started going back to the gym because I was going to school.
Right.
I was going to school, so I didn't have a chance to really get into it. My brother, he was doing it already. Right. But when I was training, that's actually one of my brothers, and he's actually Lil Willing. He's going to be a professional within this year. So he just came to me like, hey, Umar, listen. I also go by Umar. He's like, Umar, listen. No, that's what my brothers call me. He's like, Umar, I need somebody to like motivate me. I need somebody to push me. I know you coached at ASA. Like, what do you think? You want to work out with me? I was like, oh yeah, totally. I wanted to get back in the gym, get back doing fitness. So I started like training as far as just like a personal thing. Like, getting back into it because I haven't coached or trained in a really long time.
Okay.
Now, as far as like he was saying with Sean was up in Syracuse. He was coaching at Onondaga University. That's when it originally started. One day at practice, he pulled out the ladders, right? Because the year before that, we had successful but a disappointing year as far as record-wise, and as far as we went through a lot of trials and tribulations, up and downs, diversity, a lot of diversity, a lot. But we had these kids moving. We brought to the game what they have not seen in lacrosse. We brought football to lacrosse basically. Really? So think about it, Solomon. Oh yeah, I did defense too.
You brought football into lacrosse.
That's right.
And you know what? Lacrosse is a contact sport, and it's they can hit hard too.
Right.
But you brought football into it. So
angles, all about angles. We basically it was like receivers versus defensive backs. Right. And that's how we treated it. Opening your hips. That's it. Open your hips, drive through, mirror your man. It's a lot of similar things. As far as commercial, this is the big one. As far as where we want to go now, the philosophy is always get it from the mud, right? Get it from the bottom, use what you got, definitely.
And you were saying with MuddAcademy, the equipment, you don't have all the equipment, but I know that the philosophy is really a lot of HITT training, right?
Right.
So, with HITT training, there's not too much equipment to really do it, right?
Right. So this comes into what the MuddAcademy brings and what we're trying to be different from anything else. What we're trying to be the first in. We're not just doing HITT training. We also coach, right?
Okay.
We also do positional training. We also do mentoring. Kind of like counseling. Some of these kids need to be mentally stronger, especially in this generation. In our generation, that's it. You wasn't even playing if you was mentally soft because you couldn't make it. You wouldn't make it through camp.
You mentally check out.
You mentally check out. Nowadays, I think athletes are a little bit more pampered, so they have the luxury of not mentally getting entitled, not to mentally be totally in tune. And it's just like, I'm good. I mean, I don't have to do this, but it's like, you really want to. It's a lot of brain. It's a lot of brain surgery, I like to call it. Like, we try to keep the kids on the right route. We also want to help the community just as a whole. Just just to better the community. If you're not an athlete, I mean, hey, maybe you just want to do sports to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because sports for us, Sports for us is like, it was everything. That's what kept me out of trouble.
Right.
That's what kept my brother.
It's for as best as it could. One thing, as soon as I stopped playing football, that's when I got in trouble.
That was it.
So that
right,
goes
and
to show
I wasn't an angel. I was.
Stay in sports.
That's it. Sports, you know, especially in urban areas like the hood. Sports is everything, man. Like you would be considered like a golden goose, man. You stayed in your books. From high school, this guy was a genius. I'm telling you.
And a beast on the field.
And a beast on the. That's it.
For his freshman year.
Right. Everybody wanted to get his homework, and everybody wanted Shrek to block for him. And sorry, Solomon, but we used to call him Shrek in high school. And he was a big thing. But yeah, you know, like, believe it or not, he was a person that was a positive influence in my brother's lives, you know, because you see from day one, right? From freshman Friday, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Think about it. You see somebody that is in the same environment as you, right? Is around the same people as you. And oh look, he's striving in class. He's doing what he has to do, and he still plays sports and excel. These are things we don't think about. So these are the kind of role models that we try to be too in the community. Oh look, he got locked up. You know, he did his time. He came home. He's about to get a degree, and he's coaching and helping kids. Anything is possible. He got it from the mud. Right. I'm going to be more susceptible to listen to this dude.
I feel very humbled for you talking about that. Thank you. You know.
Listen, bro.
I feel very
It's the truth, though. That's
real,
you know.
Man.
Come on, man. You know that.
Didn't expect that to come out, but I feel very humbled. And you know, it is very true. Sports definitely was something that drive me to do what I want to do academically. Not to say that was the all in all,
right?
You know, because I always thought that, you know, with my family, education is very important. Now, the biggest thing is that I wanted to play college football, which I was able to do, which was a blessing. And but I knew that I had to do well academically and in sports. And you know, the one thing that I've learned is that, you know, over the years, you talked about entitlement, is that, you know, I think in today's sports, in today's generation, you hear about the trophy generation. Every kid gets a trophy.
Right, yeah.
And it's you know, it's a big issue because, you know, there was research have shown that, and correct me if I'm wrong out there, but when you keep, you know, praising about all the good things, but then when they do something wrong, they don't know what to do. Some of these kids do not know what to do.
Right.
So, you know, you give all these trophies, you give all these awards, perfect attendance, and they did it when we were in school too, perfect attendance.
For the most part.
You know,
but they was on you when
they
you
were
messed
on
up.
you.
Yeah.
But now it's, you know, there's a trophy for about everything.
Right.
And it can hurt. It can hurt a kid. You know, in the long run, it can hurt a kid because when you do finish high school, or when you're in high school, and you know, when a teacher fails you and you don't know what to do, when you fail tests, you know, you have to realize that, you know, I'm not entitled for anything in life, that I have to really work on it and really push it. I guess you have to say you have to go through the mud, right?
That's right.
Get it from the mud.
You have to get it from the mud.
Get it from the mud.
That's the key point.
And I was, like I said, I was the example for it because I had just came home. So for me, it was kind of like, whoa, I'm about to go back to school.
Commercial break.
So when I first got into the school, I had the pressure of, oh man, I gotta set this standard. I haven't been to school since what? Since I got my GED in jail, in prison. But before that, I didn't.
You did have some college.
I had some. Yeah, I went to the Globe. I did that for a couple semesters. But as far as just doing schoolwork, last time I did that was in my business school, trade school that I was going to. So when I came there, I was 26. I don't look that. I know I'm not that old, but I look old. You know what I'm saying? To these young people, especially, you know, the kids nowadays. So it was kind of hard for me to just like humble myself, sit there as a student and, you know, as a 26-year-old man talking to another 27, 28-year-old teacher who's just, you know, because most of the teachers is pretty young or 40, but it's still like I have to be subservient. You know what I'm saying? So it was humbling for me, but it still didn't kind of reach them all the kids. And as I seen them, do you go to school? You going there? Oh, I gotta go here. It didn't really resonate until the next semester after the season was over, and they seen I was still there. And it's like, wow, coach, you're still here, lacrosse, you know, coach, church level, but you're still here. You're still getting it from the mud, you know. So I told him, listen, get it from the mud. Keep going. Why you stop? Why should I stop?
Get it from the mud.
Get it from the mud. See, that's the philosophy. Everything is getting it from the mud.
I definitely like that. So, you know, what's next with MuddAcademy? What's the next things you guys are planning on doing?
So, next, the best part, the best part of it all.
Best part.
We're looking to turn it into a nonprofit. We're looking to stretch our arms out into the community, like I was saying, to do community outreach overall.
Okay.
In my background, I've worked in homeless prevention and intervention, so we want to start helping the homeless. We want to start having mentoring programs, meal plans. We already have meal plans.
Oh, that's
nutrition,
great.
Yeah.
right? Cassandra heads that up. Fine Bond.
Head nutritionist. Only nutritionist in the MuddAcademy.
Right.
Nice.
We're looking to actually have an academy one day. That's like the biggest ultimate goal, to have an academy. There's like a ton of coaches that are also like in tune with MuddAcademy, Sean Church, a lot of his players, you know, a lot of ex-players that I played with before. And the overall future goal is to actually have an academy, like to have a building, to have a prep school, you know, just a total prep school. Now, I don't think it would be called MuddAcademy, but that would be great if it did.
That would. I mean, you could make it happen.
That's just an overall idea, just to like have an academy from little kid, whatever sport you specializing in school, all the way up to high school.
I think that's great.
And also on short-term goals, next week we're going to be going to Rosedale Jets every week and getting back into the coaching thing.
Check it out.
We promised Coach Jack we was going to make sure we do that, because we brought lacrosse to Rosedale last year.
Yeah.
But due to, you know, lack of interest or, you know, lack of time to get used to the kids and actually show them what lacrosse is and get a chance to interact with them. So it kind of died out. But now we're coming back and we're giving MuddAcademy. So we're still getting back to the kids. We're gonna help them with practicing, so we're coaching, and after that we'll hold personal sessions or group sessions with any other kids that want to do it with the Rosedale Jets as a group. So I mean, like I said, we go all over Long Island, predominantly Valley Stream right now. We coach a lot of, we'll train a lot of kids.
Okay.
24 Fitness, a couple of basketball players that's going to college, Monroe College. The soccer player who's supposed to be going to Nigeria. A few soccer players, young people. So it's just pretty young. I mean, you can stay tuned to the Instagram and just stay on it. Like I said, it's fairly new. The shirts are still getting ordered. I mean, the one thing about a small business or business at all is the beginning is always rough. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's moving so fast. It's moving so fast. Just on this side, it's just really building. But if you look on Sean Church's, the MuddAcademy page, period, then you see everything. You see a body of it, the body of the MuddAcademy. Not just MuddAcademy in New York, MuddAcademy in Syracuse, just overall.
Big picture.
Right, the big picture. I know we're dancing around that part, but the big picture is we train people, but we also train their mind and their body. So I'm going to train you but I'm gonna make you feel like you're the best athlete in the world. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing wrong. I'm gonna tell you why you want to do it correctly, how you want to do it correctly, and just make you feel confident. Like, yeah, be confident in what you're doing. Nothing's gonna be easy when you first start it. I think that's the first thing that gets people off track of getting to their goals, because they don't, the first process, the growing process, when you grow your hair and you don't want to look ugly and nasty, and you just want instant gratification. I want to be good. I want to be lifting strong. You got to get through you got to get through the baby steps. And I feel like us as a business, we provide that motivation, that kick. It's like 3 Red Bulls and a nutrient when you're coming to training. You're getting all the protein you need, and you're gonna have all the energy.
That note, I think I've learned a lot from MuddAcademy, and I think it was awesome just to have you guys on this episode.
It's an honor. It's an honor that you would even.
I haven't seen this man since high school.
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, this man is cut up right now. He's cut up. Believe in the process. I want everybody to listen to that. If you ever come to Solomon for counseling, he's a great brother. I just told him I'm about to come to him for counseling because I need my own counseling as a grown man. I'm humbling myself to say that this man has the way his posture and everything he moves, and it's good. It's good for the world. So stay tuned. You need to stay tuned and listen to what this man got to say. Because it's
following.
Tell me, where can people find MuddAcademy at?
Okay, well, you can check us out on Facebook at the MuddAcademy. You can follow us at the MuddAcademy on Instagram, capital THE, MuddAcademy. You can follow Coach La, MuddAcademy.
MUDD, 2 D's in mud.
2 D's in mud, that's a good point. And you can follow me, Coach Umar, at MuddAcademy. And you can follow King Mud, who's Sean Church. King Mud 315 on Instagram, all on Instagram. We're gonna
and Cassandra Mussolino on Facebook. Mussolino, MUSLINO.
And on Instagram for Cassandra Mussolino. And also, try Norium. It's the next best thing, and we're promoting that too.
Well, we're going to wrap this up, and I want to thank you guys for checking out this episode of Social Sports Chat. My name is Solomon from Elite Sports Counseling. If you want to check out this episode, it will be on elitesportscounseling.com/social sports chat. And I'll see you guys next time.
All right. Mud!